Tyrese Maxey, have a day, kid. Get yourself some Little Thai Kitchen from Darien, Connecticut. Tyrese Maxey just whining and dining all night against the Raptors in game one of the series. And a 38-point effort for the second-year player out of Kentucky. 21 years old, youngest Sixer ever to drop 35-plus in the playoffs. Big concern here for Toronto. Rookie Scotty Barnes injured in the fourth quarter. We do not know the severity of the injury, but if it turns out that he's out, rest away, well, this could look like a sweep in favor of the 76ers because Tyrese Maxey, probably a lot of people didn't expect him to be the star of this game, but he was. James Harden got 22, Joel Embiid 19 points. Look, when Joel Embiid can get a double-double, 19 points and 15 rebounds, and the 76ers can win by 20, this team's going to be tough to stop. All right, back here at CBS Sports, NBA insider Bill Reiter. Tyrese Maxey,
wow,
have a day, kid. 38 points for the young man.
So when that Harden-Simmons trade went down, they sent Seth Curry and they sent some depth to Brooklyn. What you heard from that Philadelphia organization, publicly and privately, was don't worry, Maxey's a star. He's going to fill whatever void Seth Curry leaves in the shooting department, et cetera, et cetera. And we all rolled our eyes. And we were absolutely wrong. This guy is a star. He is a stud. What a performance in a night of several great performances from a Sixers team that I think a lot of us slept on and a lot of us doubted.
3 turnovers for Philadelphia in this game. Tied for the fewest in NBA history in the playoffs. I mean, that's incredible. But what also is incredible is that they take care of the basketball, but it's Tyrese Maxey is the star of this game. It's not James Harden. It's not Joel Embiid. It's Tyrese Maxey. What does that mean for Philadelphia?
So it depends whether or not you think what we saw is an illusion, is an anomaly. And certainly you're not going to see a game again where the Philadelphia 76ers are going to turn the ball over just 3 times. You may not see a game where they turn the ball over just 3 times in a half. But if Maxey can be not even almost 40-point, flirting with 40-point superstar, if he can just be an offensive contributor against a team like the Raptors that are very good normally defensively, that takes so much pressure off James Harden. He had a big night. It takes so much pressure off Tobias Harris. He had a big night. It obviously makes it really easy for the Sixers because you've got Joel Embiid, who may or may not win the MVP this year. Probably won't win, but in the mix, if Maxey can be that guy, it makes it a lot easier to have nights like this one where you look down at the box score and it's almost a big 4 playing in Philadelphia.
Isn't it exciting I don't want to be prisoner of the moment, but when you look at the way that this 76ers team is constructed, I mean, this is a team that has legitimate championship hopes.
There's no doubt. Full disclosure, and you know this about me, I am a Philadelphia 76ers doubter.
Okay.
I doubt Doc Rivers because of his track record in the postseason. Outside of that one championship with the Celtics, he has been the coach of more teams that have blown 3-1 and 3-2 series leads.
But what if he doesn't get in the way?
James Harden? I mean, the thing is, you can get in the way and still be successful if Tyrese Maxey is really this excellent. And I believe it from Anthony Edwards. I think we all believe it from Ja Morant. You look around the NBA, there are young guys, rookies, guys in their second and third year who are taking over games. You're right. Maxey has done this. Philadelphia told us he was going to do this. It very well may be real, and if it is, I need to recalibrate where we slot the Sixers in this postseason of all the many teams in the East that are dangerous.
Let's go back to James Harden. How do you look to you in this game as he makes his playoff debut with Philadelphia?
I thought he looked pretty good. A little slow out of the gate, didn't hit a lot of shots early on, then got in a groove, hit several threes in a row. And the thing about Harden is, and it'll be interesting, going back to the Maxey point, and what we thought we'd have in Brooklyn, if he's got a lot of help, and we know he does from Joel Embiid, if other guys can hit shots, James Harden's the kind of guy when he can relax and not be as stressed out and not force shots and not get to a point where you can just see that he is overwhelmed by the moment. The guy's obviously a talent. And you could see in the game how confident, how calm, how tranquil he seemed because everybody else was playing well. I thought Harden played really good basketball. He didn't try to do too much. And if he can be, in his own mind's eye, the third best player on any given night, some nights he'll be the best, sometimes he'll be the third. Again, it makes Philly better than, it's one game, I don't want to get too carried away, but it certainly makes Philly so much more dangerous than a lot of us thought they were going to be.
Well, I mean, then you got Tobias Harris, who also had a big night, 26 points.
Huge game.
I mean, this is like you could interchange Maxey and Tobias Harris for like the third of the big 3. Maybe this is the big 3 we're not talking enough about.
I mean, look, I don't think Tobias Harris is part of a big 3, but maybe it's a big 4 on the nights where Tobias Harris plays really, really well. It's one game, and we can sometimes get carried away from a single basketball game. But we can also only assess every series as it comes, and what we saw on this night against a really good Raptors team, you said it, is a guy in Tyrese Maxey who was as good as you can hope a kid to be in his rookie year playing in the postseason. A guy in Joel Embiid who was awesome but didn't have to dominate the ball. Harden played really well. Tobias Harris played really well, especially early on. You're right, they are so dangerous. Not even all four guys. If three of these dudes can do what we saw, that is a team that can, in theory, beat anybody on any given evening.
Well, I remember at the trade, when they made the trade with Brooklyn, people were like, oh, well, the Nets won the trade. We were like, I don't know about that. Like, they've got James Harden, who's a bona fide star. Has he shown up in the playoffs? No. This is his chance right now to firm his status as one of the greats. If he can help lead this team as a veteran presence with the young guys like Tyrese Maxey on this team, this is a huge moment for him. Not only for Joel Embiid, who's been there and trusting the process, but if James Harden can get this group to at least the Eastern Conference Finals.
So I hear what you're saying.
I know this is only one game. I'm just looking at the big picture for Philadelphia.
I'll put a different spin on it. He went to Brooklyn hoping Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were going to help him out, right?
Right.
Take some of the pressure off. Didn't happen, didn't work, whoever's to blame. How ironic if it turns out the person James Harden needed all along to get to the next level, to carry him in those big moments, to take the pressure off, was Tyrese Maxey. I mean, maybe that's where we are. I mean, maybe he's just found the right organization in the right place because he doesn't have to do everything because they've got a young guy they didn't expect to be great. Again, one game against a Raptors team that is good, but I think most of us, myself included, who took the Raptors, that was more about the Sixers than it was about Toronto.
Well, look, I get it. It's only one game. It's sometimes nice to do a resume review, right, of a team, especially the 76ers, who are a legit contender.
They're talented.
To win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you take a look at their resume. You take a look at Toronto. And look, if Scotty Barnes is out rest of way, what does that mean for the Raptors?
Well, I think you don't want to write anybody off after a single injury, especially to a rookie who is going to finish somewhere in the first, second, or third in rookie of the year. And I'm not a doctor, we don't know the injury, but if you watch at the accidental contact, Joel Embiid stepping on what looked like his ankle, his foot with all of his weight, and in a basketball moment, it doesn't look good. If he's out for the remainder of the way, it crushes Toronto. This guy is so athletic. He scored, 15 or 16 or 17 points a game. Was a huge spark plug for these guys. And as we've discussed, as we saw from Maxey, we have seen really talented young guys this year in the early part of the postseason, Anthony Edwards, be extraordinarily important to teams that need them to have a chance. If he's out for the series, it is a huge blow. And maybe it's the blow for a Raptors team that doesn't have the depth to be able to deal with something like that.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.